The incredible DragonLance saga comes to its thrilling conclusion in this high-level adventure. The heroes face their ultimate challenge as the Queen of Darkness exerts all her might to claim Kryn as her own. Will the heroes defeat the Queen, or will the heroes themselves be defeated? What will Kryn's future be? One of light or one of darkness? Welcome to the world of Kryn and the legendary DragonLance. And we're live. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to Atomic Peanut Butter Presents DragonLance: Dragons of Triumph Part 5. I'm Adam. I'm your dungeon master for tonight's festivities. And I'm feeling a little under the weather, so excuse my coughing and sniffing as we go on throughout today's adventure. As always, you can catch us on Twitch and YouTube by searching for Atomic Peanut Butter Group, by searching for Dragonlance Chronicles if you want to listen to it on podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. And I'm just going to move right on and introduce the rest of the group, except for Gaz and Chuck, because Chuck couldn't bother to be here tonight, at least on time. Michael doesn't think he's showing up. I still have a little bit of faith. Not much. Maybe it's hope more than faith. And Gaz wandered off right as we were about to start, but he shall return momentarily. So this is probably the best time to introduce Gaz.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah. Let's start with Kemchan.
Aww. Hey guys. It is Kemchan, and he is still playing Jadok on Integrath, our Minotaur pirate captain, who's all armored up at the moment, and also Gorel Nightfoot, our human fighter, who is currently, well, I won't lead with that.
He's in a little bit of a pickle.
He's in a bit of a pickle of his own making.
Yeah, it's definitely his own making.
Because he's very anxious and not very bright.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to Sedge.
That's me. And I play voted most popular dwarf in the party since Chuck's not here, Feldspark Stone. And also just a humble prison guard named Desk.
All right. And Michael.
Hey, I'll be playing Calum Valian, Calum Aramis Valium, grandson to Saren Fogsong, who will also be playing. Both of them are druids, although Calum is also a wizard. And that is excitement there.
Fill in your own excitement. Well, and last but not least, Gaz.
Hi, I'm Gaz, and tonight I'll be playing some combination of Krolithlon, Vantellis, and Athea Green Mist, currently posing as Ethan Tealfog.
All right. That was a good, solid, succinct introduction, Gary.
Thank you.
The little break you took right as we went on really did well for you. It really helped you out. Collect yourself.
I needed it.
Yeah, you got to center.
Get out of there.
Center.
Yeah. Take some deep breaths.
So when you guys always do your introductions, especially when Sedge and Gary go one after the other, it reminds me because Sedge always says, "Hey, that's me,"
Aw.
and then you always start with, "Hi, I'm Gaz." And it reminds me, years ago, my freshman year of college, before I met Gary, when I was at American University, my friend and I had a band called Peach Vine, and we had a song about a futon called "I Lost My Futon." And it was it was weird, but it went a little something like this for the chorus was, "Where has my futon gone? I haven't seen him for so long. I miss my futon. His name is John. I'm John. That's me, the greatest futon in history." And then we would continue with the song. But that's what it reminds me of when you guys do your introductions every time. But let's.
That song kind of reminded me of Copacabana, by the way. A little
Do I
bit.
have to sing
How
next
dare
time
you.
now? Or?
That was just me. Yes, if you guys could
A little bit of Copacabana.
sing your intro next time, I'd appreciate it.
At the Copacabana.
There was also something else, I forget what it was, but they were like during it was like at the end of one of the verses, but there was a line. I don't remember how it led up to this line, but there was one line just "and a yeller balloon," and then it goes into the chorus again.
This sounds like a great song. Like, really. Just, an
This is a
all-time.
dream
Expecting
that
that
you
to be
had,
on the
right?
next album.
It was one of our most popular, along with the cat song and that was a good one. The Market Game, it was called, where at one point the protagonist turns his children into cats, or somebody turns his children into cats just to get some money. And then they had to pay a kitty tax. Oh, man. Didn't work
As
out.
you do.
Yeah. Market, play the market game. We had a lot of free time freshman year in college. Anyway, antecedently on DragonLance. I probably have a fever, guys, so bear with me as we move on with tonight's episode. So antecedently, everybody is in Naraka. Got some shit to do, predominantly stop the Queen of Darkness, Takesis, the Dragon Queen, from entering Kryn. Almost called a Queen. Like I was a little toddler talking. And then to disrupt the Dragon Army leadership any way that they can, so that the army of Whitestone, when they come into attack, which they should be here any day now, have an easier time and won't get massacred. So no pressure. Now, how have they been doing? Well, they split up into groups. One group has met at the Hair of the Troll Tavern outside of the Green Dragon Army Quarter. And so far, they've met up with Odie, a.k.a. Maelstrom, who has been helping smuggle refugees out of the city. They encountered what is known as the Night Walk, which is when the dead of the city rise in anticipation of the Queen returning. A little celebration, a little Mardi Gras-like celebration, but with undead. So, like...
Beads?
Yeah, it's just like Mardi Gras.
It's a dead man's party.
There's no difference, really. Yeah, basically Thriller, Bromenard says. Yeah, the entire time they just walk down the street like this. And I'm doing the Thriller dance for those of you listening to us on podcast. Then we have Calum, who is currently a guest in Zane O'Cara, a.k.a. Raceland, a.k.a. Fistan Tandalus. Who knows who is in control right now of that trio? The Holy Trio. That's what they're talking about, right? When they talk about this on Sundays?
Yeah.
Raceland, Zane, and Fistan Tandalus. At least that's always been my impression. That's why they won't let me back into church, but I still go and just sit outside crying. Read the books, the good books, the original trilogy, I say.
They're really good.
Yeah. And we have Rick Cordwood, as Sedge alluded to, is currently in disguise, undercover as a prison guard in the Blue Quarter. And finally, we have Kurlathlan, Grell, and Burke. Who, and I see Burke on Roll20 here. So maybe he is showing up. Who knows? Or maybe he just didn't log out after last week's episode.
We only have one computer, remember, for the whole family.
Maybe
So
somebody else is
like
going to
the
join.
90s at their house.
It is weird.
They all have to
They have
share
to hang
the
up the phone as well.
Yeah. I'm on the phone. Here he is. Just in time to interrupt everything.
He showed up.
Michael lost that bet, although it was
guess I
reasonable. It was a reasonable bet to make
What bet was that?
that you weren't
That
actually
you
going
weren't
to show
showing up.
He has no faith.
I was
in me.
betting you weren't showing up. Adam was on the fence and said you probably were.
I said probably, but I wasn't entirely sure.
There wasn't an actual bet in place because nobody was willing to bet for for you.
Nobody wants to put money on you. That's for sure. And
Little do you know, Gary actually did in Vegas. He's rolling out in millions.
Right.
Yeah, you have no idea how much money I just made.
yeah,
Can it be multiplied by 5,000?
yeah,
It can. Yes.
amazing. Amazing. So, Chuck, why don't you introduce yourself? Then we'll get back to the antecedent, Leon.
Hey, I am the. Let's have a confessional moment here. I'm the guy that gets picked on in this cast.
This is why he doesn't show up all the time. He's only here to take on the will roll to get picked on.
I see why Willow left now. His letter to me makes much more sense when I took over his desk. So my name's Chuck. I am associated with the DragonLance Nexus. I have written a few things here and there over the years. I've run some games at cons such as Gary Con, and I am playing a knight named Sir Kerwin Crownguard the Third Junior. And
Wait a minute, he's the third junior, so is that the sixth? Is that how does that work?
don't worry about the math.
Might even be like the 9th. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not good at math, Michael. You help me out with this one.
Because if it's junior, then you have a second, then you have a third. But if it's a third junior, this could be like a 9th, or is this like a cubed type thing where it's 3 times 3 times 3?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
I just brains just exploded.
Junior with little superscript junior over it.
Oh, boy.
Kerwin was a honorable knight last session who tried his best to stand his ground alone, but unfortunately,
He's really,
Jadik had to steal his thunder.
he really did
What?
try to be a hero there.
Try,
And then
he tried
Janet
to
just
be-
wouldn't leave him alone.
Jags is like the guy who's like, no, I got it. No, I'll help you out. No, I got it.
I'm trying to impress
Fine,
the
that's
boss.
fine. I could do it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And nobody ever attacked Jadik.
Nope, no one ever did.
I also play the ever popular website toting BurkeTheDwarf.com.
Okay.
It's all right.
We're just gonna run with it.
I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin myself.
It's only going to go up. It's the next Bitcoin.
Once someone other
Can
than
only,
you
it
invests,
can only
yeah.
go up, right?
Even
Isn't
Chuck
that
hasn't
the way it
invested in
works?
Bitcoin.
Doesn't matter. Sedge bought it all up.
Yeah.
There's this one giant coin.
To the moon.
So, yeah. So I'm playing Burke here, a cleric of Reorx, who is currently searching for his long lost daughter, Pippa, who he hopes to be reunited with shortly.
If he isn't murdered because of the actions of his buddy and nephew by marriage, Gurel.
Best friend. We're besties. We're getting matching tattoos once this is done.
Yeah.
So there'll be a little rainbow with an axe and a vorpal sword on each side.
With little action lines around it to show that they're being thrown.
Exactly.
So, all right. So anyway, speaking of Gurel, Burke, and Curliflon, after Gurel not only set off every trap in their host and roommates' room, Dahani Starfall, who is the what would you call that? A recruiter for the dragon armies?
Sure.
I'd say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He left to go get them some uniforms. Again, so easy. All they had to do was just pretend, just for a little bit, just for like even 30 minutes, and they couldn't do it. Could not do it.
That would require way too much focus.
Immediately ransacked his room, stole all of his stuff. It was like when Gary and I were first in college, and his first roommate left for the weekends and asked if we could watch his and feed his fish, and we said sure. And then he came back on Monday, and everything was gone out of his room, and it somehow appeared in ours, including his Super Nintendo. I remember
We just refused to give it back.
And months later, he knocks on their door. He's like, "Hey guys, can I have the Super Nintendo back?" We're like, "No, we're using it."
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. No.
We're not proud of it, but this is who we are as people.
Yeah.
We did it. And frankly, if given the opportunity, I'm pretty sure we would do it again.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
For that guy?
For that guy, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even
you
after,
had to meet him.
Even after that, he took me to a REM concert in Orlando.
Oh man, that's just sad.
He had a crush on me, and who am I not to take advantage of that?
Definitely.
Sorry, I zoned out for a minute. We're still talking about Gary?
Nope.
No, we're done.
We're done. So, anyway, Dahani Starfall comes
did Gary ever get? I was gonna say, did Gary ever get back to Super Nintendo? I really.
Oh, I don't know that he did. We?
Probably.
Did we?
I don't remember that part.
Wait. What's that in your
Let's just say yes.
Probably.
This is why Gary has the Hobbit background, so you can't see the Super Nintendo displayed under his TV behind him.
Says this property of.
He's still playing Super Mario. Oh, fucking crazy!
One of these days he's gonna beat it.
I can't play that. I can't play that game. I can't listen to that music.
What about the music from Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah, that was
Final Fantasy 3 back then.
Yeah, it was 3. Yeah, that was good. We literally stayed up all weekend playing Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, that was a good time.
We had people coming into our room just watching us play Donkey Kong Country. They're like, "Hey, you guys want to? What are you doing?" And then they just sit and watch. We also didn't lock our door. He could have just taken the Super Nintendo back.
Yeah, he could have come back in and taken it
at any time.
He respected your authority.
He did.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, this is the last episode of DragonLance. I hope you've enjoyed the longest running DragonLance podcast.
We've gotten so off topic. we're just
We've
gonna
run out
cancel
of
the
yeah.
show.
There's no point even going back. We've got
I
so
thought,
off
I thought for sure the police will be stopping by your place now. Like the statue, that's why Gary moved out of the country.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he
sure the
had to.
statute
It-
of limitations
Yeah.
has expired on that, even if it were an actual crime.
Yeah, the state of Florida only pursues DEI cases, not Super Nintendo thefts.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you're all weak, folks. All right, so anyway, Dahani Starfall comes back, says, "What are you doing with all my shit? You took all my shit." Gorell says, "Yeah, we did," and then attacks him with a desk. He tries to manhandle him, but Dahani Starfall, pretty quick on his feet, was able to dodge that. Told his two buddies, the two Dragon Army officers that came with him, fuck it, we're not just going to arrest these guys. I don't care what the blue lady says. We are going to just kill them. Open the door. Now, if you remember, we talked about Nightwalk. We talked about all those undead. Well, they're starting to come through the door. Or they're about to anyway, once we get into the turn order. If you guys, while I'm doing this, want to put yourselves in the turn order, that's great. Please do. I put you on a map. You can feel free, except for Kemchan, you're pretty much are where you are. I kind of guessed where Burke and Kurlafon were, but feel free to move yourselves around on that map. Put yourselves in the turn order. Burke does have, which we'll get to momentarily, an action before the turn order starts, because right as Burke heard Dahani Starfall say, "Open the door, kill them," what does Burke pull out of his little pocket, little dwarf pocket, but the Wand of Wonder? And that is where we begin tonight's episode.
Dun dun dun.
So let's get...
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Okay.
Can't wait for this to be underwhelming.
Yes.
So I assume if we're not on the map, we're not going to be able to put ourselves in initiative order.
That is correct. You're just gonna have to
Alright.
just
I'll
enjoy
just
the show.
spectate.
Michael, you want to play? You want to play some Dragon Army officers and help kill these guys?
That's all right. I'll just spectate.
All right. So everybody in the order.
No,
Yeah, I think she got I rolled initiative.
You are in. I see Burkle and Valheim.
Oh,
Hold
wait,
on.
don't
I do
think,
not see
Girl's
Gorell,
there.
nor do I see Kurlaflon.
Forget to click your tokens first. It is a roll 20 feature.
Roll 20 if you'd like to be a sponsor. We'd love to have you. Permanent says, "Is that a Wand of Wonder in your pants? Or are you happy to see me? Little from column A, little from column B."
Definitely happy to see you.
Just wait to see what comes out of my Wand of Wonder.
No.
Gotta play with it a little bit first, though.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, it's not immediate. Not as young as I used to be. Takes a little time.
Yeah.
A lot of foreplay.
Oh, there's pills for that now.
Yeah, it's quitter talk.
All right. Gorell's in there.
All right, and Kurlaflon, you in?
Yep.
All right. Oof. Not great rolls for you guys, but Burke, give the people what they want to see. Pull out that Wand of Wonder out of your pants and show them what you've got.
Point of order.
Chris Andrew, you missed literally nothing.
Nothing
Nothing of note.
Nothing of note. Really.
You can fast forward to this point and still have missed nothing.
Is the D100 subject to rerolls?
Huh. I'll say if you want to use your inspiration points on a D100 in this situation, I'll say okay.
Wow, can you fill us in? What is so special about the D100 that we're so concerned about?
That's
For the
Well,
listeners, I obviously know, but the listeners might might be curious.
That's a great question, Mike. I'm glad you asked that. I thought someone of your stature and years of playing would know that the D100 controls the effects of the Wand of Wonder.
Yes.
Ah.
This is why he started this little talk show moment between the two of you.
I thought it was a QVC.
So let's see this exciting Wand of Wonder in action.
It not only grinds things, but
Julianne's.
all right.
Can it core apple?
All right. Pull out the Wand of Wonder.
Is this the faux cubic zirconian Wand of Wonder?
Wow, it's not even real cubic zirconia. It's a faux cubic zirconia.
That's it.
I think that's just plastic. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna focus here. I need some positive energy, especially from Kem-chan. And
Kem-chan is putting his hand to the camera.
Yes.
To illustrate the positive energy coming from his hand.
Positive energy.
Shaking just a little bit.
56.
Is that a good one? Does anybody know?
Darkness.
That's
Casting
darkness.
Wow, Michael just totally just ruined your moment.
Nah, just
I was excited. Yeah, darkness. Or is it?
Would you like
Roll
to
something else.
re-roll?
now, do I take the better of the two rolls,
Dark begins
or
to.
do I take the new roll?
I'd say you could even pick because it's basically like a
All right,
advantage.
I'm gonna take the re-roll.
Oh, I would in that case absolutely. Ooh, what's a 20 get you? What's a 20 get you?
Gust of wind. I can slam the door shut.
Okay, we'll go with that one if you want. Or you
Or
can
I
keep
can
rolling. Do you have any more inspiration points you'd like to waste?
I have 3 more to go.
Keep using them up.
And you can
No,
get grass
no,
to grow, leaves to rustle. Come on,
I'm gonna go once
exciting.
more. Oh,
One more
thanks.
time. A
Oh, man,
23.
That's
23, isn't that the same as 20?
No, that's detect thoughts.
Oh.
I don't really want to detect thoughts. Hey Joe, what else we doing? Open the
Slam
door.
the door.
They're pretty, their thoughts are pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Kurliflon standing in the hallway is already detecting their thoughts without the Wand of Wonder.
So yes, I will slam the door shut and hold it shut with a gust of wind.
Okay, so they open the door and it immediately shuts. And the guy who
Zombie
opened the
gets
door
bonked
says,
in the nose.
"Oh, yeah." There's a zombie who did have a nose. He was one of the few, and now it doesn't. It's like, oh, now I look like Terry. Nobody wants to look like Terry, by the way. Just a little backstory on these zombies.
Okay.
And so the 2 guys up there must make a DC. What is it? Strength saving throw. What's the spell DC on this?
I got a 15 and a 17.
I'm gonna assume that's going to go. Oh, it's my DC. Okay.
It's your DC on a Wand of Wonder?
I mean, that's what the spell. That's what the spell calls.
That does make me wonder, but okay.
That does seem strange.
That's what it says. Because you cast Gust of Wind. Lion strong winds. Any creature. Each creature. Blah blah blah.
According to Roll20,
If you'd like to be a sponsor,
spell
we'd love to
save
have
is
you.
DC 15, a flat 15.
That
All
makes more sense than this bullshit Chuck's trying to feed us right now.
I'm using D&D Beyond, so.
Oh, well, there you go. D&D and Beyond. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. You seem to be just as useful as Roll20. And I mean that in any way you want in which to give me money.
And if you're paying, it'll be definitely a positive way.
Absolutely.
All right. So it just doubles their movement now to get to me.
We can be bought. Well, they both passed it.
Yeah, but if they hadn't
Oh, they
passed
would
it,
have
they would
fallen
have
over
been
or
pushed.
something?
They've been pushed into the wall. They would hit the wall
Okay.
because I push them 15 feet, and either way, every step they take towards me is doubled. So it's difficult terrain to get towards me.
Okay. So the zombie and the banshee's just going to stand there now since that door is closed. And Burke, it's your turn again. You're going to take another roll on the Wand of Wonder.
Man,
Let's just see what
this
can happen.
gust.
How many
this gust
charges
of
you
wind.
got on this thing?
I don't know. It's got 7.
Yeah, just keep. We'll say the gust of winds it will hold. Who cares?
All right, let's throw it out another one. So much fun.
You've already got it out.
39. I just cast a lightning bolt.
All right, who are you casting it on?
We'll go.
Hit right square in the chest by a lightning
Hold
bolt.
on, hold on. if I measure it up here,
You won't be Dahani because that's through a wall.
I know. I'm just joking.
You could though. You're right on target for Curliflon though.
No, we're not. I like Curlthon.
Right, but do you get to choose or is it random?
I cast
Okay.
lightning bolt.
All right.
So I will hit the guy right there.
Sure. Go for it. What happens?
Well, you make your save.
What kind of save is that?
It
Not that I
is
don't know.
a
I'm the dungeon master. I know everything about this game.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. Not as good. Not as good as strength. But he got a 20. Look at this.
So it takes half damage.
All right. This guy came to play.
No kidding. He's still getting hit by wind though.
Right? Hit by wind and lightning.
You got a whole storm going on.
Yeah.
Some rain in here.
Yeah,
Let's see. Slash roll.
like
of
X2.
8. So 16 points of damage.
Alrighty. Opening salvo. Done. Skeleton. Doesn't do anything. Lich. Does it. He's like, what happened? Yeah, I thought you were opening the door. Curlifon, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna go down here and help out with this fight against Donnie.
Okay. That door is open.
Yep. I'm gonna then go to that door and shoot through it. That would be a 24 to hit.
That does hit. Let's keep in mind
Wait,
his
no.
armor
This
is currently... you might be wearing it for all I
No,
know. Are you wearing his armor?
That's not actually the right roll.
Okay.
There we go. That's actually only a 14 to hit, and I am wearing his armor, yeah.
That does miss.
Okay. You know what? I'll use a inspiration on that.
Go for it. Use him up.
That would be a 29 to hit.
That somehow misses worse.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
You get it.
Integer overflow.
Don't believe you.
Exactly. All right. So how much damage is this? Let's see. It looks like a lot.
That'll be 31 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, rogue. It's fun.
Rogue is fun.
As long as somebody's engaged in combat, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's on his business card too that he hands out to people at the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, I'm that kind of rogue.
That's the kind of rogue he is.
That's it.
Well, it is Dahani Starfeather's turn. Man, you, unfortunately for him, also have his sword. So what he's gonna do is just punch Garel right in the face 2 times.
Okay.
15 will miss you probably.
No, actually, well, if it ties, it makes it, right?
Yes.
Ties. Yes.
You only have a
but
15 AC.
I know. I don't think it's adding up my stuff right, but that's what comes up. Yeah.
All right. Well, then he's going to hit you for 11 points of damage. Yes.
To the face?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Damn
He's good
it.
at hitting people.
Are you resistant to face damage?
And then a 20 will hit you
Yeah.
for another 17 points of damage.
Oof.
Then he's going to
Wow.
use a key point. to do Flurry of Blows. To make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. He's going to hit you. He's going to attack you 2 more times. This time he's going to kick you in the groin and then punch you in the face.
Fuck.
22 for the groin, which will hit, and 12, which probably will miss you for the face.
Yes.
So you'll take another 10 damage.
God damn it.
Told you this guy was not a chump, but you did not believe me.
And your AC is way wrong.
Yeah, my AC is way wrong.
What is
Way
it?
wrong.
What should it be? We're gonna make him take this.
18, 20, 23.
Should be 23. There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
He's wearing plate mail, for God's sakes. It starts off at
Yeah.
18.
I'm making you. All right, I'll tell you what. We'll take off
24, actually. 24. Shield gives you a +2, and he's got a +2 shield, so.
He doesn't have his shield out right now. He was just passed out in the bed.
I'm just going with what was maximum can
You
be
can
is
pick
24.
up your shield.
Right now it's
Okay,
20,
fine.
20 without a shield.
All right, I'm going to take off the last 10. I'm going to penalize you with that other stuff for not having
Okay.
your sheet correct. So
All right.
take off 10.
Hey, man.
Give yourself
It's
10
not
more.
me. Thank you.
Roll 20 if you'd
I
like to
will.
be a sponsor. We'd love to have you. Probably what is there's like a toggle in the options thing in your character sheet that'll automatically put on the.
He's got it all checked.
That's weird.
I'm messing with his character sheet right now.
Does he have 2
Yeah.
sets of armor?
I don't think so. The only thing I can figure out is somehow reading the clothes.
Take off. There might be another set of because he did have another set of armor when he left his armor specifically back somewhere. You guys were doing
Hold
something.
on, I think
so
I
that may
figured
be
it out. He's got.
Wait. Was it the studded?
I took that off.
Okay.
But it's not. It didn't change anything. Plus,
That
you got a
shit
ring. Of,
didn't change anything.
plus, you have a ring of protection. FSC at 25.
Yeah, man. I don't understand why it's not adding.
All right.
stuff
Well,
up.
make sure that you have that
I will.
for moving forward.
I'm fixing it right manually.
Thank you. Speaking of Gorel, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. So I put back on that 10. All right.
Yeah,
so
give yourself 10
he
more.
will-
Yeah, I'm out of your sheet now.
Yikes! Promoter
Thanks.
says I knew a prostitute whose name was Flurry of Blows. Hi-yo!
Was she Thai? Anyway.
Why do you know her? So do I. Yeah, she usually hangs out at the corner down the street.
She lives in the apartment next door, actually.
They like to be called she. We will. Okay. How do I do an unarmed strike? That's what I want to do. 'Cause
You can pull out your sword if you want. He just doesn't have one.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so yes, I will pull out.
Because
my
Colonel
great
Font
sword.
also has his sword.
The gorilla fight's fair. If he gets punched, he punches back.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I was thinking
I'm
that,
telling
but
you,
then I
he
was
can
like,
hit
no.
you as you're bigger than he is, but he can hit you harder than you can hit him.
Oh yeah, he's definitely done some damage to me already. So yes, I will attack with my great sword.
Which means no shield, Chuck.
Right.
Which is 21.
That's still
21,
pretty damn
okay.
fucking good.
14 hit.
No, you're close though.
Okay,
If you
second
want to
attack.
re-roll that.
29 hit.
Yeah, so you swing and he dodges the first one and he's all cocky, and then with the backswing you just slice right up his side. 29 will hit. Give me your damage.
14 slashing.
All right. And anything else for you?
I don't think so. I already used my second one. All right, no, that's it.
All right. You probably have not used any of your stuff since you've gotten here, is my guess. You're like your second
Oh
wind.
wait,
or
does
your-
that knockout count as a short rest for me?
You know what? Sure.
I mean,
If you were out for a few
an
hours.
hour?
I was
What
out
were-
for a couple hours, right?
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't we have been at? We had a couple days.
Yeah,
Fine.
you should be at full everything anyway before now.
Okay. All right then.
But
So,
you definitely would have also had a short rest.
Yes. Okay. All right. So then, yes, I will action surge on this guy and attack again.
If only you had a Vorpal sword to throw.
I know.
It's on the bottom of the Blood Sea somewhere.
31 hit.
Yes. You're
I
just
still
did-
think those critters stole that stuff.
those critters.
I-
The sea elves.
Did-
I'll
Wow.
hold my Vorpal
What-
sword.
You know what? You sound like you would hanging out with the Sylvanisty elves. Those critters. Anybody that's not Sylvanisty elven is a critter. 18
That
more?
is 18 more slashing damage.
Oof, okay.
And now, last attack. 22 hit
Hits.
and damage 16 slashing.
Oof. Alright. He is doing much worse than he was when he first entered this room. Wrath doesn't do anything. Alright, talk to me about this gust.
So basically, if they want to move in the direction of the wind, feel free. If they move against it, it's difficult terrain towards me.
What if they try to
And-
open that door again?
And that'd be a strength check, I would say, to open that door.
Alright, so the guy that you hit is going to try to get to you 10, 20, 30, and he can't. Fuck. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. Anyway, he's just going to come up right next to you, but that's his full movement and action. And the other guy, going to do a little strength check. 10 probably does not open that door, because I think the 15 was the...
Yes.
But he's trying, so he's over here trying to open that door. And brings us to the zombies and banshees. Can't do anything. Back to Burke.
Oh, let's have some more fun. Point the wand of wonder at this guy again.
All right.
10.
Ooh, what's 10?
It's drop fairy fire. We're gonna burn my third inspiration.
All right.
Get up to a 74, and I just cast fireball.
Nice.
You could probably get those two guys
Yep,
and
that's what I'm
start
gonna
burning
do.
down this entire cabin.
Let's do it. Let's burn this baby to the ground.
Yes, I mean, you cast it somewhere over here in this throw rug. It really ties the
Yeah.
whole room together, by the way. I had to search for a blue one. Originally, all I could find was red, but wrong color for this army.
It's all good. That's another dex save.
Yep. Miss, and I'm assuming a 20 will make it for the guy by the door.
Yep. So, 8d6 or 86d6. What I just typed.
Don't do that.
31.
All right, so guy next to you will take the full 31. Is not looking good. And the guy by the door will take 15. First time he's been hit. All right, anything else? Burkle.
Let's see. No, I think we will just shift here to make sure that wind's hitting everywhere.
All right.
And yeah, that's it.
All right, skeletons and liches still locked outside. Curlithlon, you were by the door.
Before I, plink him again here, I say, by the way, Donnie, this armor fits so nicely. I'd love to know the name of your tailor and then shoot.
It does look very good on you.
That'll be a miss, but I will use another inspiration.
Use
on
them
that.
up. Use them up.
Oh no!
No one left to
That's
fight at
another
the end of
miss.
this but Takesis herself. You guys.
Shoot, one more.
Yeah,
I got
we
a
can
few-
handle her.
Oh no, that's it. I'm
Oh,
done.
13, 12, and 12.
That was just a waste of resources right there.
2,
Yeah.
2, and a 3. Ouch.
Yeah, that's pretty ugly. Quit while I'm behind.
Now he can do something. Give me a moment here.
Did you hear Hot Lips died? Yeah,
What?
What?
from MASH.
Loretta Swit, Margaret Houlihan. Yeah.
Oh.
I've never seen MASH, the movie or the TV show.
Yeah, she was on the show, not the movie. But the movie is not worth watching, in my opinion. But
I haven't
They're
seen the
very,
movie.
very different things.
I gotta say, I haven't seen the movie in a long, long time, and I think I didn't enjoy it much. So
yeah, no. Once was more than enough.
Well, the show had Alan Alda, so I guess it couldn't be that
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, but actually, her character had the best character arc out of all of them, I thought. But anyway, digress.
All right. Well, I don't think he can do what I thought he could. So, never mind. That's it for you there, Curly.
That'll be it. Yeah.
All right. It is Tahani Starfall's turn. Oof. He is going to... Well, for right now, he's going to punch... Yeah, you're really in a bad spot there, Curly, for him. He's going to go after Gorell a couple more times.
Yay.
A 29 will hit,
Yes.
and a 26 will hit.
Fucking hell.
So that is a total of 14, 25, 28 points of damage.
Damn it. Not doing good.
And then... Fuck it, he's just going to do another
What was it? 20, 24?
28.
28, 2-8.
28. Fucking hell.
He's going to do another... use another key
Hey!
point. Yeah, why?
Never mind. Never mind.
why-
Sorry.
shouting at
I
me for?
realized I was doing something wrong. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, and then he's gonna take another couple shots at you. 26 will hit you, and a 20. Look at this, just did a reverse. But 29 and 26 in the first two, 26 and 29 in the second two. 30 points more damage to you.
Fucking hell. I am not doing good here.
It's kind of what you get.
We found out you had a higher AC than he thought, so we just started rolling.
I know,
I'll just
right?
roll higher. Okay.
Right?
It's
Damn it. Okay. Girl's not
And that
doing
brings
good.
up Gorell.
Fine. There you go. Great sword.
Hits.
17. Nice. Damage. 16 slashing.
Oh, he's not doing. Well, I mean, he's. I don't know where you are, but he's not doing great either. Compared to where he started.
Second attack.
All right. Oof! Hits again.
17 again. Another 16 damage.
All right.
bring
Wow.
up your third attack.
Oh yeah, you do have 3 attacks.
Oh, that's right. I do have 3 attacks. I forgot.
Luckily, you forgot about that when you used your
Oh yeah, when I used
You would've
my
had
fucking
6 attacks
6
instead of
attack.
4, but
Motherfucker. Where is it? Where is it?
now
Where did I-
before you swing these, are you doing lethal or
Lethal.
non-lethal damage?
Oh, I'm doing lethal.
I knew you were
Fuck
going to say
this
that.
guy.
I just wanted to ask.
Fuck this guy. What was I just using? Great sword. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. There we
You're
go.
welcome. Shit.
28. 22 damage.
Yeah.
22 slashing.
Um.
Tell me he's dead.
No.
'Cause I can't take much more.
He's
Honestly. Wait a
Have you-
second. Ah, motherfucker. I'm sorry, guy. I was using the wrong character sheet. That was Jadix. No wonder I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't find anything. Alright.
All right. So re-roll with yours. With
Okay, I'm gonna
Gorell's.
re-roll. Yes. Great sword. 18.
Oh, that hits.
14 slashing.
Okay.
Alright.
He
And
really
then-
would have been doing a lot better if he had his sword.
Have
There's
you?
so many more things he could have been doing.
Ah, crit!
There's no way for him not to be dead, I don't think.
Oh, that's sad for him.
20 damage on that. So,
yeah, I just want to see if
then-
there's
and then-
anything that he can do. And I don't, without his sword and his Kensei weapon, which is his Kensei weapon, I don't believe he can. Yeah, no, you take him down.
What he gets for leaving his sword behind.
Well,
Right.
yeah, he didn't think that you would immediately, and that was his own mistake. Did not think you would immediately ransack his apartment.
Well, that
Oh,
was just
you know what?
stupid of him.
that was just dumb on his part. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. You call yourself an evil dragon army commander? Come on. You
He's
gotta
a-
have a little less trust.
I mean, in his defense, he does work at the recruiting office.
Oh, okay, that's fair. he gets the slightly less evil people walking through his door. You know, he's used to that.
Yeah.
Not talking the cream of the crop here.
He's just
Right,
dealing
right.
with enlisted men.
Yeah. All right. Dahani Starfall is dead. And it is the Dragon Army officer's turn.
You don't have to keep fighting us.
What just happened in that other room? I heard Dahani Starfall scream in pain and then crumple to the floor.
I should probably go check on him.
After I kill you.
You think that's going to happen?
He did say to kill you. And he attacks with his greatsword, a 21.
That misses.
What? What's your
I have a
AC?
22.
I hate
22.
all of you people in this house. I'm going to use an
Come
inspiration.
on, we're
point.
we're in double-digit levels at this point. You gotta expect
Yeah.
this.
I know, and
Yeah.
these guys are pretty tough, but they're not as tough as you. If that was the whole point of having all of the undead distract you as well, so being able to close that door was pretty helpful. But they're not done yet with that. I am going to use an inspiration point. I have 12. I will be down to 11.
Go ahead, burn them.
I still feel like with 11, I have more than you guys combined.
Probably.
Reroll with the greatsword. 25.
I will cast shield.
Fuck you.
Just kidding. I don't have shield.
I don't know how clerics work. You've seen me play a cleric.
11.
Yeah, so that's 11 points of damage.
Yeah. Wish he had cool feats.
And this guy is going to try to open this door again. 20.
Oh, good.
This door opens up, and he steps back out of the way. Well, I guess he has to hold it, so he's just going to be their doorman.
He opens the door, let's go.
Slams shut immediately.
Got it.
That poor zombie.
All right. Zombies are going to start coming through. But then they have to make this...
Yeah, they gotta make a DC 15.
How long does this thing go for?
1 minute.
Fuck's sake. Where are the zombies? There we go. Dex, your strength, what was it?
It was a strength saving
Okay.
15.
He can't make it, so he's blown right back out the door.
15 feet back.
All right, and he takes this skeleton with him. He's gonna try to move. Let's see what happens to this zombie. 13. Nope, he can't get in. This one's gonna step over here, see what he can do. 16. All right.
Now, since these are all going at the same time, shouldn't the first one being blown out the door like knock over?
He
the
did.
one
He did.
behind
These
him?
guys were coming
But
from the
how
sides.
how are they continuing to go?
They're not coming. I mean, there's room by the door. They're not coming in single file. This one was coming in from the side. He did
They
knock
weren't
over. I even
lined
moved,
up in an orderly line.
I
outside
even
waiting to get
backed
in.
up the skeleton.
All right.
Did it not seem the little poles and line strips I put out there?
10, 15. This guy came from the side.
I mean, they don't know how to queue up, clearly.
They're not on the list either, so they
I
can't come in.
know.
He gets blown back too. Everyone's getting knocked backwards. 5, 10, 15. He's probably going to get blown backwards too, because why the fuck not? 14, yep. It's knocked into these guys. Can he make it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope. Alright, that's it for the zombies. And the banshees will go next. And now they can't be restrained or paralyzed or petrified or knocked prone. Does this wind...
But would move them.
What?
It still move them because it's not. All it does is it moves you 15 feet. You're being pushed.
I guess. All right. So
It doesn't even knock you down. I mean, it just
15,
moves you
20.
15.
25. Let's see if he's got a strength of 1. He goes 5, 10, 15, 10, 15, 20. This is going to be very hard for them to make. They need a 20 in order to get there. Oh! That was with advantage. He got a 20, but he unfortunately does not have advantage on that roll. He can move down here anyway, or she. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can only get there anyway, but will get blown backwards, I'm sure. Yes, with a 7. All right, that pathetic attempt. 1 zombie got through the door.
I'm hoping someone else can handle that.
And it is your turn, Burke.
All right. Do I want to do this?
Yes. When in doubt,
Do it.
yes.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
All right. I am going to cast Suggestion on the guard holding the door open and tell him he needs to hold the door closed for his own safety.
All right, you're going to suggest he close that door. All right. What does he need to roll for that?
The Wisdom saving throw DC 17.
17 wisdom, huh?
Yeah.
You could do this. Not with a 1, though.
He's all in.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, you're right. This is fucking crazy. I don't know why we're letting these things in here. And he closes the door. He just lets it slam shut.
All right, the wind does stop because I have to use concentration to hold him under my suggestion.
Okay, but anyway, the door's closed. Then he doesn't want to open it up again.
All right, I believe it's an action to do that. So, I can't see Garel bleeding out, so I will pass my turn.
Most of his injuries were from bludgeoning, so he's just internally bleeding anyway.
Yeah, it's all internal.
You just see blood like pooling under his eye.
Like my emotions, it's all kept on the inside.
All right, Curliflon, you are up next.
Yeah, I'm going to rush in there and go ahead and
Kill the
stabilize.
He's
Right.
not
Right.
He's
Kill,
not
not
unconscious.
stabilize. Oh, he's not.
No, he just killed.
No, I'm not unconscious. No, I just killed the guy, but I am hurt bad.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not unconscious, then I'm going out in the other room to keep fighting.
That's fine. Totally
yeah.
fine. I would
Shoot
do
the guy
same.
in front of me. Shoot the guy in front of me.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna come over here and move behind this chair for a little bit of cover, and then I'll shoot at this guy that Burke is fighting.
All right, go for it.
That's a 27 to hit.
And he is dead.
Okay. There you go.
I'm just gonna move him to the side because he's the one that I used for the turn order. And anything else for you, Curlifon?
No, that was it.
All right,
I mean, that was effective.
it was good. Yeah, came in, killed him. Look like a hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, Burke didn't know that you missed the other guy. All right, and it is Garel's turn.
Corel will come out of the room. And I think I can get to here.
Kill the zombie. The other guy's working for us.
The other guy's working for us.
Yeah, he's your new doorman.
He's under.
They're
He's under it for 8 hours. He's with us.
Nice.
Read
I will.
read that spell.
So, suggest a course of action. Creatures. Yeah, suggestion must be a word that can make it sound reasonable. I can't ask him to kill himself. Target must make a saving wisdom throw. The suggested course of action continue for the entire duration of 8 hours. If the activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finished what he was asked to do. I asked him to hold the door shut.
Yeah, you did.
Hold the door shut.
You did.
Very reasonable action.
Yeah, with all these things coming around, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Self-preservation here.
He's the new Hodar.
All right, Hodor, you're doing a great job. Just let us kill this one zombie, and then we'll deal with you.
That's what I said. I can't tell him to do other things, but he's not to attack us.
Yep. All right, so Garel. Well, you don't know that, Garel.
Yeah, sure. I can't reach. I mean, I'll even dash. But
Throw your
I still
greatsword
won't
at
be
him.
able-
Yeah,
Shut up.
yeah. Throw the sword. Always
At
always
this
throw
point,
the sword.
There we go.
Well, pull
I
your
dash
shield
to
out.
that. Yes, I pull my shield out.
Then you can't use then you got to drop your greatsword.
It's fine. We'll get it back for you.
Fine. That's fine.
All
And
right,
yes,
well, so
I
much for
dash and I pull out my shield.
the raids. The Dragon Army officer is holding the door shut. Zombies and banshees are wondering what the fuck just happened, and it is Burke's turn again.
I will move up and attack the zombie. And 15.
Sure, it's a zombie.
All right, so I don't know what that 10's for. Oh, that's if I use a two-handed. 13 plus I do an extra D8 damage of radiant.
Maybe that's what that 10 is. No, that would be a
No,
10. That's
no,
a D10.
It's if I use it two-handed.
Oh, okay.
It would just been a 10. I think.
So
I don't know. 20 points of total damage, all magical or in radiant.
so close. So
And
close.
with a bonus action, I'll punch him.
All right.
Um,
Hard not to hit him.
I'll say it just would be.
Proficiency. I guess it's
I'll-
just your
I'll
proficiency.
just roll. I was gonna say I'll just roll a d20 plus 9.
I bet you'll hit. You have +9. He has an 8 AC.
12. It was close. That's touch and go.
Bromenard cheers 1,000 bits. So that's 2 for everybody. For the
Ooh.
brave, gallant, heroic, well, these players is what he wrote. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Thank you,
Huzzah!
Bromenard. So you each get 2 for. Those of you in the room, it will have to be for these characters. Those of you not in the room, you can choose which character you would like to add it
Six-
to.
6 points of
Spark's gonna
damage.
need those.
6 points of
he's-
damage for punching.
He is gone.
Fog Song gets them both.
We'll move over here.
Stone moss, you mean?
Fog Song is long
Or
dead.
Stone
He's
Moss,
dead,
yeah.
dude.
Stone Moss.
He's deader than disco.
Fog
I'm
Song wants them.
You can have him. Sure, give him the Fox song. Works for me. Anything that won't come back to hurt me, sure.
I just
And
I look.
I'll use them for his death saves.
I just look over at the Dragon Army officer. Are you all right, son?
God, there's so many of them here. They're all outside.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You're keeping us safe as long as that door's shut.
Yes, yes. I don't know why they didn't attack me when I was out there before, but you're right. It is very dangerous. All right, so what are you planning on doing for the next 8 hours that this guy is holding the door?
Well, I'm going to first
Well,
heal Gorell a bit.
Aw, you're the best.
Yeah, well,
It's nice that we got a guard out of this deal.
Yeah.
it is true.
Or
For
at
the
least
Night
a-
of the Dead. I mean, this is like perfect, you know?
A
He
doorman,
watches the
you know?
door. Yeah.
Yeah.
We let the dead do whatever they're doing out there. Yeah.
All right.
I'm assuming, you know, Donnie's got a full bar here.
Sure, yeah.
I start making a cocktail. It's like, oh, this is a nice setup, so we're not going anywhere for a bit. Anybody else?
Yeah, why not?
So 21 back, and I'll cast it again.
Sweet.
18 more, so 39 total.
All right. But seriously, what is your plan? We're not going to role play the next 8 hours. What are you going to?
Oh, I thought we get a card game going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Just tell me what you're going to do.
All
we're
right,
gonna
so
stay here, wait for the dead people to stop.
Right.
being
What happens when
inside.
when this guy no longer holds that door?
Then we tie him up.
Okay.
Yeah, we
As I
knock
say,
them out.
I
tie 'em
mean,
up.
you can just
and we put the uniforms on because apparently, if you're wearing a uniform, you don't get attacked.
That is, well, sure. That's what you think.
well,
I'm already wearing Donnie's.
We
There
can
you
already.
go.
He did bring uniforms back for us. So.
He did.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
2 of you, anyway. There was one already
Yeah.
for Kurlafon, but now he's wearing the
This is
Hanis
much
instead.
nicer.
Yeah.
So we can put it on, and then we can light this house on fire as we go.
Oh, yeah. The house is burning.
Actually, no, because the gust of wind puts it out.
Oh, fine.
That's
Whatever. We'll let it go. Sure.
The gust of wind puts out any unprotected flames.
Fine.
So we're also
Although
sitting
that
in
gust went
darkness.
out already, but that's okay. We'll let it slide. All right. So your plan is just to chill, have a couple of cocktails,
Chill.
wait till morning, basically, when
Yeah.
this guy's.
Long rest.
Well, considering the state of Gorell, if nothing else, you know, a long rest sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, if we were all in good shape, then like going out amongst the dead might be a good call. But
Well, I can.
Yeah.
We can do speak with dead. If we want to ask Starfall some questions.
but they know I mean, you know, they remember who you are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he could just
they're not
refuse to
compelled
talk
to-
to us. Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Fuck you."
That's fine.
Yeah.
Why'd you bring me back? Fuck you.
Yeah.
You can do it just to spite him. That'd be
I
fine.
mean, sure, but that's a waste of a spell slot.
Or you can talk to any of the undead outside and see what's up.
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break while they indecisively
I can raise him too.
hang out. Yeah, just bring him back for round 2.
Bring him back. Kill him again.
That's think of the XP we can get.
You just keep doing it over and over and over. Until he
I
finally
don't know if
starts
that
to talk.
loophole works.
It does not.
Now you bring him back. If he refuses to talk, kill him. Bring him back. Give him another opportunity. He refuses, kill him. Bring him back. Yeah.
And
That
with
shall
that, we are going to
break.
take a quick break. Thank you all for hanging out with us on D&D Fridays for Atomic Peanut Butter presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Triumph, Part 5.
As we figure out new ways to war crime.
Don't don't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
some sort of PTA meeting, I think.
And we're back. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to Atomic Peanut Butter Presents DragonLance: Dragons of Triumph, Part 5. We were waiting for Chuck, but we figured he probably wandered off. And let's even put back the little question mark with Chuck's... The little guy going with his shoulders shrugged with a question mark over his head. Where's Chuck? Who knows? He's in his house. We know that much. Power's
Maybe.
still on. We could tell that. Yeah, he may have left, actually.
Last
That's a good
scene.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to fast forward through the night for everybody, including this group here in the cabin. Once daylight hits, you start to see these undead head back to head back to the sewers, and or if it's a banshee or a wraith, just disappear.
You know, if they're gonna have
We had
that
a- we
big
had a
all-night
long
event
rest.
for them, you'd think they'd put them up somewhere nicer than the sewers.
Yeah.
Most of them were just extras.
Yeah, it's basically the Radisson.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
We're staying at the Radisson now.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I have to take the picture off of you now.
Is that the Atomic Peanut Butter Con we're putting on?
Yes. Atomicon.
In the sewers of Naraka, aka the Radisson.
That's all we could afford.
All right. So
We have a long rest.
you
overnight.
have just give yourselves a long rest.
Sweet.
Everybody
My wand recharges.
who needs it, your wand recharges, so that's fun too. This guy at daybreak realizes, guess I don't need to hold this door anymore. I should probably go tell somebody that you murdered the Honey Starfall and
Does he know that? He's
Well,
been,
he
he's
knows
been
that
holding
you
the door the whole time.
he knows that you
Yeah.
murdered the other guard, and he hasn't heard the Honey Starfall.
Well, maybe that maybe we convince him that he was a traitor.
Sure, he comes back in. Hey, Dahani Starfall. Oh my God, he's dead.
Oh, he was a traitor too.
Just take him out.
That's quite a
Yeah, no,
coincidence.
I agree, but
Are you
This
just
is what
gonna just
happened.
murder this guy and just to shut him up?
no, just tie him up.
All right, you knock him out, you tie him up.
Recurring villain.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He'll come back later.
As the group is tying him up and walking away, Burke cuts his throat, saying, "This is for my son."
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
you
What
guys
are you doing?
tie him up. Well, you don't see it. Tie him up. You put him into Starfall's room, since that one is one you're not going to use. Burke gives his
And then Burke goes and
classic
kills
action hero line, slits his throat, and then closes the door behind him as he leaves the room.
There you go. Done.
At the inn across town, the Hair of the Troll Inn, you see the same thing happening at daybreak. You guys have already gone up to your rooms and taken a long rest, let's say. When you come downstairs, the place is basically empty except for Maelstrom, aka Odie, and a couple of other hidden light people. And he sees you come down, and he says, "Good news is that the undead seem to have gone back to from whence they came. That said, it seems like, at least from what we can gather, you have the daylight hours in which to work. And then you need to be somewhere safe once evening comes."
Did anybody catch that star falling last night?
Zing.
I don't suppose you're a smuggler at this point. I don't suppose you've been in the sewers. Is that a viable means of approach? now that the undead have gone back to sleep?
No, I haven't. We were told to keep out because of dangers in there. We typically use the streets in which to get around. And it also doesn't seem like any of the sewers make it all the way to the temple. They tend to just go around the city. They were built as the rest of the city was constructed after the temple was built, or showed up anyway, I guess is a better way to put it.
All right. So there's no way. There's nothing underground of the temple.
No. So while you think of this, we're going to cut to, Odie says.
What do you mean, Odie? I don't understand.
No, don't
Odie,
worry about it.
Who are you cutting?
All shall be revealed.
Who are you talking to?
We're gonna. I'm breaking the fourth wall and look.
There's
you
nobody over there.
You don't
You're-
see the
you're just
camera.
talking to a
you don't
random
see.
person.
He doesn't.
What's
see,
a camera?
He's talking to thin air.
He looks at the hidden light guys, and one guy, is clearly dressed like a grip. The other,
got a boom mic.
the other guy's holding a boom. And it's like, they don't see the. All right, whatever. And he turns to the camera and says, "Now let's cut to Calum and Zane as everybody else figures out what they're gonna do, because that's not good radio." And we cut.
What's a radio?
With that, we cut.
One of these things over here, right here behind me. It's right
Oh, okay, thank you.
All comes full circle, Michael. We cut to Calum. As you guys, you can feel free to type each other stuff or think about things, and we'll get back to you momentarily.
No, we're gonna continue to not think about it until
I
you
know.
come
I
back
would
to
really
us.
love it if you did, so we can move this fucking thing along. And I'd grind it to a halt every time we have to think about what we need to do.
think I'm catching Adam's cold, by the way, despite the fact he's half a continent away.
Yeah, it's a very
It's a strong
virile
one.
cold.
Virile.
You heard me.
Yes, it's a very manly cold.
I said what I said.
All right, so yeah, I'm over with Calum.
So yeah, the morning comes. You wake up in the chair that you were sitting and maybe studying in the night before, down in the first level of the tower. You do notice that all of those undead that were walking the streets last night are gone. After a while, you hear coughing from upstairs as Zane makes his way down. He seems very weak now, not as calm, cool, and collected as the last time you saw him. And he goes into the little kitchen area and starts boiling some water as he's getting some herbs out. And
Oh, no, please allow me to help you there. You seem like you're not in a good way, and I can definitely prepare tea.
thank you, but this is not ordinary tea.
Well, tell me the recipe. I'm sure I can muddle through it. I am a druid, after all.
Yes, well, I'd still rather not.
I'm gonna observe what he's doing then, carefully.
Sure, roll me a perception check.
All right. Perception.
And then I've got to open up.
And I got a 16, which is not
Alright.
bad.
No, let's see. I gotta get Zane's character sheet open because I did not have that open before. And of course, Roll20 won't open up. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. Here we go, slowly opening. 16 you got, yeah?
Yeah.
Oof, you got
It's just
15.
15.
You notice that it's a strange collection of herbs. Definitely not something that would make a tasty tea, but would have some additional properties, although not ones that you would just automatically consider to be, something that would use for a normal ailment or whatever.
Interesting choices, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you have reasons.
Are you looking over my shoulder, you son of a bitch?
No, I'm just standing here, as you can clearly see.
Yes, well.
Sorry if you feel intruded upon, of course. Do not mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm hardly one who has ever made anybody ever feel uncomfortable before.
Yes, that is what I wanted to discuss. See you later, Michael.
I'm here.
What I'd like to discuss with you, I was thinking about our conversation last night and found it very intriguing. You gave some interesting observations for what you thought my overall goals might be.
Yes, well, only from what I've heard or observed. You are, of course, free to set me straight on any record.
Yes, well, and Parsalian, interestingly, sent you to, as you put it, stop me.
Dad, I don't understand that at all. I'm the first one to say it makes zero sense to me. I am not a warrior. I am a scholar. So,
Yes. So why would he send you?
that is a great question. I mean, do you need to know something about the stars above? Do you have questions on that? I can probably find and get the answer for you. If I don't know it, I can definitely find it.
No.
Beyond that, any other of my abilities or skills, I'm sure you've already mastered them, so...
Indeed. Now...
I mean, he didn't even give me a way to really report back, so not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing now that you're here, other than ask real nicely, please don't do that, kind sir, and
Oh, I'm
please
sure
reconsider.
that when given the opportunity, Parsalian will be able to scry on you and see what you're doing. Of course, he can't do that while you're in here.
Yes, well, I expected nothing else.
So, there's no need to report back, is my point. He'll already know if you're successful or not, I suppose.
So am I being successful or am I failing?
I guess it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
Although I still find it odd that he sent you, someone who hasn't yet taken the test of high sorcery.
Yes, well, I suppose he figured that I was be more readily received since I haven't sworn on allegiance, I would imagine.
Yeah, and he takes his tea and he walks over, sits down on the most comfortable chair in the room, which is the one you had been sort of fitfully sleeping on, and gestures for you to take one of the more uncomfortable wooden chairs to sit and chat.
Certainly, that's fine with me.
So, have you decided to take the test and really...
I mean, I've
master
heard
your
bad
powers?
things about it. I've heard good. I've never really heard any positives towards it, but
Well,
I
the
suppose
positives...
eventually I must.
Well, the positives is that you will master your craft and not be hunted down for using magic without having taken the test.
Well, I do have special permissions, I guess.
No, for
For
now,
now.
that won't last forever. Have you decided what color robes you will choose if and when you take the test?
I'm rather partial to my druid robes myself, but I know what you mean. Yeah, it is an interesting question, and one that I'm not sure if I have the answer towards. Because after all, there is interesting things happening in all of the stars. But the most interesting, perhaps, is what's happening in the white stars.
And what do you see in those white stars when you look up into the heavens?
Well, I saw a reunion of sorts take place, one that hasn't happened in an extremely long time, if ever. happened when Paladine returned. The constellation, of course. Very interesting and intriguing, and I was looking into that, actually trying to study that and learned the significance of it when I was summoned to come here. At first, I thought I'd been summoned, of course, to discuss my preliminary findings, which unfortunately aren't many, other than somehow or some way that these two new stars came into being, up by Paladine. Paladine, of course, has been well documented and well known, but these others are quite unique.
Yes,
And then,
I've
of course,
noticed them
there's-
myself.
Yes. And of course, there's the other side. The Dragon Queen side is an intriguing aspect that bears further study, although I don't know if I want to study her up close and in person here. Unlike yourself, I know I have nothing to offer that would protect myself. So I would be reluctant to swear allegiance in such a situation.
Yes. Well, as I'm sure you know from your studies, the balance between good and evil is important.
Of course.
Yet, the way things are structured now, well, it seems like the balance is out of alignment, wouldn't you agree?
Completely out of alignment, and it's all aligned towards the dark, it would seem.
Yes. What if there were a third option? And I don't mean Gillian. Certainly, he is neutral, and you would imagine that would be an anchor for both good and evil. But, again, in practice, doesn't seem to be the case.
No. Nature is also neutral, and nature often loses because of its neutrality.
Indeed. So what about a new option?
I'm listening.
Something yet never seen before upon Kryn.
Well, what do you have in mind?
A way to balance the power, to take it away from those who have used it and abused it in the past. Those who have taken their petty differences among the mortals of this world, who have killed, who have destroyed, and who continue to do so.
You should drink more of your tea, you see.
Yeah, I should have kept the cough in there. It would have been appropriate for this character. I shouldn't have muted myself.
I am definitely intrigued in listening to what you have to proposition or propose. Proposition is perhaps the wrong term.
Yes.
I prefer to be more accurate in my speech.
I am looking for a... Make Kryn great again, Bromenard says. I am looking for somebody, an assistant, an apprentice, to help me with my studies, to find a way to limit the power of the gods.
The gods that just most recently returned?
Yes, those are the only true gods.
And what would it be the benefit of limiting their powers? To myself, and to you, of course.
Well, these wars of which we find ourselves a part of today would be gone, wouldn't they?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think people will find any number of reasons to fight wars.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard about the story of the Goodberry, where a several months-long war broke out over a single Goodberry, which only, it was long gone by the time the war was resolved.
The point would be...
There is no end to wars, where as long as sentient life forms are involved. Because wars are caused by greed,
Yes. Yes. And if they are left to fester, those wars remain. If that greed is stopped, if it is shut down, well, then what is left but prosperity?
Would there be any life left in that case?
And he sits back and he drinks his tea. Roll me an insight check.
Right, make sure I'm the right guy here. 12. It's about right.
Yeah, it's still hard. It's really hard to figure this guy out because he doesn't have skin, right, on his face. That's so. It's hard to. He doesn't emote much. Coughs a lot. You don't even know how he's working, really. I mean, he's not a lich. He's not a skeleton, but he's not quite an elf anymore either. And he, after sipping his drink, says, "You've given me something to think about. And for you, think about what you want to accomplish in this world. By apprenticing me."
But aren't you researching evil all exclusively?
Of course not.
You have
Just
many
because-
books here scattered around that are of an arcane nature that seem to be in pursuant of not in the best interest of everyone.
Very perceptive. But also think about where we are.
True. I so imagine this was the libraries nearby with the most content.
Yes, and though, truth be told, many I brought with me from my own tower. You know the tower in Palanthus.
Mm-hmm.
And the one you would know there is the one that nobody could even get anywhere near because of the haunted groves leading to it.
I've heard rumors and stories, yes. I've never, of course, been there myself, but
No, of course not. And even trying to get there, you would surely perish along the way if you were able to get past the part where you would just run in fear and terror.
yeah, it probably would have happened as soon as I left my room with the intention of heading that way.
Getting a little nervous now just thinking about it.
Yeah. But by all means, you have definitely raised an interesting proposition. A third option, as you said. Although I want to make sure that that third option does not lead to complete annihilation.
Well, that certainly wouldn't be the goal. For who wants to rule over a dead land?
Indeed. I can point out many, many dead worlds out there. Worlds that once thrived. Worlds that ceased to exist.
You're talking about Greyhawk, aren't you?
Can't quite see that one with the telescope, but there's one that...
Anyway, I give you something to think about. Now you're free to leave and reconvene with your companions, or feel free to stay here.
Not really my companions, more of my foisted upon travel mates.
Yes. I've often felt that way about some myself.
It's not like I was, welcomed with open arms as they completely ignored me.
Yes, I've been there as well, which is why I think you would make a perfect apprentice. You understand how people look at you, how people treat you, and you understand that they are wrong to look at you and think of you in that way because you have more power than they do.
Yes. Yes, I could definitely ease their toil, as it were.
The words I was thinking of is fuck 'em up.
That too.
Anyway, I will take my leave. I have my own studies and experiments to get to. Feel free to stay or go.
I'll maybe prepare myself a bit of tea, and I see you had some other ingredient. If you'd like, I can prepare you a little meal.
No, thank you. This is enough for me, but feel free to help yourself.
And I shall consider your words.
Excellent. And he heads up back to his study on the top floor.
Don't really head straight to the kitchen. Instead, kind of walk slowly in front of the library, taking in the titles. Maybe running a finger on a spine here or there that doesn't look like it's going to bite.
Roll me Arcana, History, or straight up Intelligence. Your choice.
Alrighty. Well, I think Arcana makes the most sense in this situation.
I would agree. 21 is pretty
21.
good. You see a lot of things that you would think that you would see, right? So there's a number of spell books. There's a lot of history and theory in the arcane arts. But even on this floor, there are definitely books about the cataclysm, about the gods, about the heretics that created the false gods after the quote unquote true gods left. And you can see that these books are pretty well worn. The collection is far from complete, because you would know just from your studies that that there's a lot of different volumes for any of these topics. It's certainly not the library in Palanthas, although with a 21, you would see that there's a lot of notes scattered around that would have been taken from reading books within the library of Palanthas.
I'm gonna actually stop at those when I kind of get done perusing. Stop at one of those histories, cataclysm histories. Obviously, for my own family interest and reasons.
Sure.
Pull it off the shelf and verify that it's safe to open.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm preparing a little bit of food, probably infused with with a good berry, began leafing through it, looking for anything that looks like it might be familiar. The names that I've heard growing up, probably. Aramis, of course, Stone Moss, Savania, others.
Sure. Roll me a history check and see what's in this book.
All right. 13.
Most of it is around the king priest and his hubris, which many feel caused the cataclysm, sort of the gods slapping his hand, as it were. There are names that do you come across a few times, although not a lot of detail is given, and that is Aramis, who is a Sylvanisty elf, white-robed mage. There is some mention of Stone Moss, but very little. Mostly as a companion to Aramis. And then similarly for Sylvania, there was mentioned there that she was, again, another companion of the two. However, it seemed like there had been a falling out for some reason. And then as you continue through the volume, her name kind of disappears from it. And another name that pops up that you've only heard recently, but is mentioned quite often, is Fistan Tandalus, who, as a black-robed mage, spent what you can consider an inordinate amount of time with the King Priest and his advisors.
All right. I jot down a few random notes in my own notebooks, whatever strikes my interest.
All right. And with that, we cut to Rick Cordwood. Again, similar to everybody else, you kind of just sort of take a nap in one of the open cells, as your night shift is, besides the night walk, pretty uneventful. Not a lot of folks out there.
Happens all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah. And Skip, Bailiff, who is the head jailer here in the Blue City, opens up the door to the jail as you're just waking up, and says,
Just immediately a salute at attention.
"At ease. You saw what happened last night, huh? Pretty weird."
Sure, that's normal around here.
It's not, but it seems like, from what I've heard, it will be. Good news is that it seems like they don't seem to bother folks like us, so that's pretty handy.
Righto you are, sir.
Yeah, and you flash back to last night when you opened the door and they immediately came right at you.
Yes, folks like us have nothing to worry about.
Anyway, if you're ready, I'd like to take you to take a tour of the dungeons in the temple. We're going to be there starting tonight, just to make sure that all of the prisoners that they bring in, not everyone is there yet, but since they are clearing out the central city now, they're calling in all the jailers today. So this way, we're in place, and we're ready once once they everything starts, and it's pretty exciting. All of the department heads will be here. And I know you call them Dragon High Lords. I call them department heads. That's their thing, right? And it should be exciting. Don't know what to expect.
I won't let you down, sir.
All right. I like your enthusiasm. So he takes you through the city, and you can see that there's a lot of preparations being made as the bulk of the dragon armies are going to start arriving within the next few days. And they're also, ushering out people, even this early in the morning, from the central city, and what's 36 there, you'll see on your map. And I don't see any of these. All right, so he's going to take you, when you get into that area 31, which is, and I should probably put this up on the map for everybody to see. That entrance that goes into the blue, the interior of the Blue City. Immediately you see the big Coliseum there for the...
That's 37?
Yeah, 37 exactly, Coliseum. Where the Coliseum
is.
Got it. he walks you around there. You go in through 33, past the gates there, and brings you all the way around to 32, which is see if there's anything here that you really need to know. The rising 40 feet above the ground and spiraling inward like a constricting snake, the city walls present a smooth stone surface to any who would try to reach the inner city. So obviously very difficult to climb as he brings you around the area there. And again, excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, they're ushering out a lot of people through that area as well. And it's really just sort of a long walkway within, no buildings or anything like that that you could see. Brings you into area 35, which Skip calls the Queen's Court, which is basically a relatively small court, which passes through the square on the east-west axis. At the south end of the court, there's another minor gate that provides direct access to the temple square, which is where they're bringing you. There's another square up to the north in 34, which he said is called the Emperor's Court. And he said, and he also mentions that once the Dragon High Lords arrive and they start their ceremony, they're all going to come in through Gate 30, through the Emperor's Court square on 34, straight down through 35, the Queen's Court, and into Area 36, which is the Temple Square. As he briefly stops to show the qualifications that the two of you have to be there and the proper paperwork, he brings you through this gate into the Temple Square, and you see rising like the misshapen spawn of a mad architect's nightmare. The Temple of the Queen of Darkness claws skyward from the center of a huge plaza. Black, twisted towers shoot from the structure at odd angles. The walls seem to bend outward or inward with no logical pattern.
Think to myself, I'm glad the others are already inside.
And once you were there, and you passed the gate, you sort of walk into a little further into the Temple Square. You meet up with a number of other jailers, and you can tell by their uniforms. You've got green, white, black, and red jailers there as well, and there are some Dragon Army guards and captains that are escorting you into a side door, which is on the you see where those two 33s are on the map, those two towers?
Yeah.
It's
On
sort
that
of
side.
in between there. It's sort of like, it looks like there's like a little backward C over here.
Okay.
It's a little bit north of that in the corner. It is heavily guarded. There's a portcullis which they raise. Through there's a stone door, and they bring you down into the cellars. And I don't have that map here for you yet because I didn't know that we would get quite here yet. But I
It
can
looks
tell
like a
you.
cellar.
Yeah. You are gonna basically, you're entering through a long winding hallway. And as soon as I can find the page, I will tell you. The first thing that you see are what look like training rooms. And you can see that the rooms are very large, and like a very large number of the units in at least, again, it's hard to say here from where you're located, where you're walking into, but it almost looks like just based on the coloring of things, that this might be the White Dragon Army section. That the unit can sort of gather for drill and fighting practice.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sparsely populated right now. Just a few people in there. The ceiling's about 20 feet above the floor. The floor is sort of a fine sand covering what would be like a base of rock. And there's a large viewing gallery about 10 feet higher than the floor of the training area, where you would imagine that thank you, Chris Andrew, for cheering 500 bits to the players. Shit's about to go down and we're going to need a lot more squirrels. Huzzah!
Waddle, I mean, huzzah.
So anyway, you can tell that you're assuming that that would be for the captains and the commanders of the army to watch these trainings as they're going, make sure that everything is going along
I give
well.
just everyone we pass the tradesman nod. Yeah, I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah. I got a tool belt here somewhere. You sort of walk around through some winding hallways. After that, there are some rooms to either side of there that they don't take you. But you walk into a room, and he says to like the guard captains that are bringing you through, and the other jailers basically say, stay to the side, don't get too close to the center. And you don't know why. It just appears to be a large circular room, but everybody is being very cautious to stay out of the center of the room and really just sort of hug the wall, single file as you walk through.
I will heed that advice.
Yeah, and then you go through another hallway where, again, everybody sort of, branches out. You could probably fit 3 or 4 people, abreast. Then the same thing, stay to the side, walks you around this circular room. And, you keep going, through this process a number of times before you enter an area that is... it just stinks. It's moist. It's musty. The floors are covered by a well irrigated layer of soft dirt. There are fountains that flow into streams that run through the caves and finally disappear into the dirt. And it's strangely beautiful and idyllic, except for the plants that grow here. There are, they're sort of just awful and ugly, and again, everything smells. Roll me a perception check.
There it is. 22.
22. Whoa. You definitely notice that there are various level or amounts of molds and slimes along
As in the
walls that
monsters.
everybody is kind of avoiding.
Uh,
Then they bring you to an area that you're not allowed to go into, but off to the side of it is a large row of individual cells. And within those cells, you see a number of elves. There are humans. Some dwarves, although not many. And basically you're looking at probably 5 to 6 people within a cell. Here is where they start showing you where the keys are, where the entrance is, and you know that there's going to be in this area, everybody here, which is, roll me a D10. And then add 2.
9 plus 2 is 11.
So there are going to be 11 other jailers here besides you in this area. You wanted to roll low on this one.
Well,
Gave you a chance.
sometimes the dice give and sometimes the dice take.
Exactly. That will be guarding the individual, basically patrolling the jail cell, as well as guarding the door that you came in, as well as another door that leads up a spiral staircase. They have not determined who will be doing what yet. Off of this room, there's a bunk room, big enough for 12 people. Bunk beds in there. I mean, it's not great accommodations, but there's enough. They say food will be brought to you, but this is where everybody will be staying. You'll be staying in shifts. And sleeping in shifts, I should say. And they make a mention of... And Skip is with you here, and he's sort of walking side by side with you. As the guards say that there are 2 prisoners that we need to take special care of.
Oh, I'll take special care of them, all right, sir.
All right, wait, hold on. Not a hair's to be touched on their head, from what we hear. One is to be a sacrifice for the queen herself, and he sort of, looks down in reverence as he says this. And the other is, well, an important prisoner, just in case some of the resistance decides to try to stop what we're doing here and stop the queen from entering. And they bring you to 2 cells. One cell has a small dwarven child, girl, who looks terrified. She's dirty. She almost looks like, if you didn't know better, you would almost think she was a gully dwarf, just by the sight and the smell of her, and how poorly treated that she's been.
I think this was the sacrifice.
No.
Oh.
The sacrifice is here. And in the next cell over, you see what is probably the most beautiful elven woman you have ever seen. She has golden hair, long golden hair. She's stripped of everything other than, the very basic garments. But even in her dirty and
Disheveled.
disheveled. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Disheveled, starved state. She has the air of somebody important, and she looks at each one of you right in the eyes. Doesn't say a word, but she looks and stares down each one of you as if she is making mental notes of every single person that is walking through here. And it's almost, and even though you're not quote unquote part of this group, it sends a shiver down your spine that she is more than this young, disheveled, thank you, Chuck, weak elf maid that she looks like in this cell.
When her gaze falls on Rick, he twirls his knight's mustache and winks at her.
And she doesn't give up any sign that anyone else would notice, but she gives you the briefest of head nods. And with that, we are going to cut to the green outer city, the hair of the Troll Inn, where you guys have had an opportunity to try to figure out what you're going to do. And with that, for those of you who can't see, Kim Chan is grinning and shaking his head no.
Doesn't like our plan.
No.
And Odie then looks to you and says, well, first he looks, at the there's a guy sitting at a sort of a control panel behind the camera that you can't see. He says, "Cut to camera 2," and then he turns. He turns slightly where there's a wide shot of all of you, and he says, "So, have you decided how you're going to get in?"
Is this like the Truman Show now, or?
Pretty much, yeah. We've turned it into the Truman Show.
I think we should turn ourselves in.
I do not know. Absolutely
No, we are not turning ourselves.
You may turn yourself in.
The options we have is really two. We have to get the trust here quickly. We have a few days, so we either turn Odie in and betray the resistance.
What?
No,
Wait,
I'm saying
what?
that's a terrible option.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, not a
The
good
other
idea.
option is we turn in a DragonLance and come up with an elaborate tale how we came about it and how we are dragon hunters or fighters.
And the
Something
higher
that-
ups are going to want to see it. We
So
let us
like,
through. We got something to show the higher ups.
and we know how to use it.
Okay.
Why would the higher ups want us to use it?
Just like
Yeah, why would they want
to fight the good
Know how to use
dragons.
them?
I do not know how to use a DragonLance.
You really
You know,
out
take
of
it
his
till you
mind.
make it.
They tried to teach him multiple times. He refused to learn.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Wait,
You can be our squire.
I am nobody's squire.
He also doesn't
Stop-
look like a squire.
Stomos, you haven't had a backbone this entire time. Where's this coming from?
People like you are the reason we have wars.
Well, all right, then what's your plan?
His plan is to go drink and piss himself again.
No. That was an emotional response that
I have a
I should have
feeling.
been able to contain.
I have a feeling your grandson doesn't like you.
I'm not
You don't even
sure I
know.
have
You don't.
one.
You did not read the letter, so you don't have any idea what's in that letter.
It's a hypothetical.
Yes. So your cruel
Sorry.
remarks are stricken from the record.
No, there's a lot of crying from last episode about this. So
He talked about it when he was drunk.
Talked a lot about her.
Yes, he didn't mention the kid at all.
I thought you mentioned Caleb at one point, but
Maybe, I don't remember.
Who knows?
I'll have to go back and
You know what?
listen.
Go back to
Doesn't matter.
YouTube /Atomic Peanut Butter Group and watch previous episodes of Dragonlance.
But what is your idea then, Mr. Moss?
I am a child of twilight, and the stars remember my name through ages uncounted. I will simply turn myself into a dragon and proceed to wherever I need to go.
Okay,
so,
great.
yeah.
It's good that you have a plan for you. Let's figure out something for everybody else.
All right. Well, see, the door's over there. Don't let it hit you where paladins split you.
I'll wait for it to grow dark. Would you like to
a paladin
accompany?
split him?
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not going to pretend to understand
previously
your modern
on,
terminology.
I really missed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
Unless
an
you're telling us
uncomfortable
you can
episode
just-
for anyone to listen to.
May the
But-
stars remember your name through ages uncounted.
So, what are you gonna do as a pretend dragon?
are you gonna fly us all to the temple? Because that could work.
I
I
can
mean, if you
fly.
could
water.
fly us
Can't
all.
any of you fly? I can fly as a
Yeah.
dragon
I could jump pretty high.
for a short period of time, a very short period of time.
So,
My astral
well,
fluid
how-
wild shaped, and it doesn't last long. We'd have to be making a frickin' beeline to get
I
there.
mean,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
remind you, Odie says that just the High Lords and their contingents will be going into the temple, not the dragons.
Right,
But
and that's
will
why I say
anybody
I'd
stop
be
a
able to
dragon?
fly us there. And
Yeah,
I
will
look like a constellation. I won't look like an actual dragon.
Oh Jesus! Does this mean? Wait, you look like a constellation. So what
Yeah,
will
I
it like-
can look like the constellation that I can
All right.
maybe make myself look like one of
Let me-
the
wait,
dragon
stop talking.
constellations.
Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. So you're just gonna look like a bunch of points of light.
No, I'll look
Moving.
like a dragon constellation.
Yeah, a good dragon comprised of many points of light.
Okay. Okay. So does this mean like we will not be able to like get
Not
on
exactly
your back?
stealthy.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen
Yeah.
me assume my starry forms before.
I think it's gonna
How-
draw a lot of
Dragon
attention
one,
to us.
but,
No offense, but
Yeah. Especially at nighttime, I think.
Well, I also remind you that the gates
with
of
the undead.
two things: the gates of Naraka, which you are outside of currently, are going to close today, and
Yeah.
you know
I
what
can fly
happens
right over
when the
those.
sun
I'm
goes
not
down.
worried about those.
Okay,
You're
no,
not.
I mean during the daytime we got to get inside the gates, obviously.
Yep.
But then after that, all right. So after we get in through the gates, and then
That's
wait
just
till
getting
nightfall.
into the see. If you're looking at the city,
Yeah.
the dark lines on the outskirts.
Yeah.
That's just getting through those.
No, I understand that.
Right. Then
this
you've
is
got
my
to get
question.
through the rest of the city into
Yes,
the
no, I get
center,
that.
which
I
is
get that.
currently being evacuated.
Yes, I get that.
Okay.
Here's my question about the Star Dragon. Are you saying it's not like a real thing that we can like jump on your back and you fly us to the temple? Can you do that? Yes or no? Can you do that?
Not exactly. No, I guess I could probably carry one of you.
It's like
also,
talking
ha-
to my first graders.
uh,
Yes or
also,
no?
have
Who
you
knew
not noticed
Janek
all
was a
those?
first grade teacher, by the way? He teaches first graders in the art of ship captaining.
Piracy.
Alternating.
Piracy.
Sorry, piracy.
Also, have you not noticed all those towers you have to fly by that have people on them?
That's why I would want to go at night.
As
Like,
as a beacon of light. Yes, that works so well at night.
yeah,
I would look
yeah,
like a
exactly.
constellation.
Flying
Are you going to be flying over those towers? Are you going to fly? Can you
sky.
fly over those towers to like resemble a constellation?
I can, yeah.
Okay, so you can carry how many of us?
Oh well,
Maybe
I'm not very
one.
strong, so maybe one.
This plane has more holes than my boots.
I'm not liking this plan. All right,
I could either carry Twaddle or one of you.
or twaddle.
Yeah, I know. Or
Wow.
twaddle. That's how strong he
That's
is.
how. That is.
I'm
not
sorry, I've got a
very
squirrel,
powerful.
guys.
this airline sucks.
Do me a favor. Take my backpack with you. That'd be great. Thanks.
I'm overloaded. I
All
think
right.
we gotta go for a different plan. Let's keep that in our back pocket.
All right,
That's
I
a
think the
great
first thing-
plan D.
Well, yeah, Plan D, exactly.
Tell you
Dragon.
what, if we all get
Yeah.
killed doing our plan, you fly in without us.
Yes. All right.
Continue the mission.
Can we at least get through these gates during the daytime first and focus on that? Like
Yeah,
one thing
I
at
mean-
a time? Yeah.
I don't know how we're getting
And
you
then we
guys
work-
through the gates. I can get through them any number of ways.
All right, fine. I'm not
This
worried
is
about you
really about
anymore.
you, isn't it?
Apparently,
I'm really not sure how to help you.
This is obvious. You don't know. This part is obvious. Now, if we can get through the gates during the daytime, they're going to let us walk through, yes? I'm talking to Odie.
Well, maybe. I mean, you're merchants. You're mostly dressed
Merchants
as those.
and
you.
and mercenaries.
And Jadek, yes.
And of course, I'm Jadek. So
And musicians,
Well,
don't forget. Maybe there's there's a musical performance involved with the queen coming. You've got to have some musical accompaniment. So maybe we
You
should
don't
just
know
go
much
in as a
about
band.
these armies, do you?
Absolutely
There's another
not.
option that I might have. Going back to being
Maybe
a
in one of
dragon
the
and all.
taverns inside, but not. They
Oh,
don't.
come on, there's got to
They,
be some like state music.
they,
You need,
they
like,
don't
an
have the
orchestra.
Titanic orchestra.
Absolutely, they should. Come on.
I'm not saying that
you're
they
telling
should.
You're telling me that the Dark Queen is going to enter this world without any fanfare?
I'm not saying it's not tragic. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, that's just wow. A stunning lack of vision on the part of
I
the
think-
Dragon Army.
Sonny.
Not a huge supporter of the arts.
I do have another
Army.
option.
I think there's a comment box by the gate.
I can also summon a dragon.
Once again, why are we on this dragon thing here?
Because I can summon one.
Because that's something I can
Summon
do.
a dragon.
Something I can do. I forgot.
Can you summon a dragon strong enough to carry us?
Absolutely. It's a large dragon that I can summon. It's a spirit, but it has a corporeal body. I just double checked. So
Okay.
it's a draconic
Okay,
spirit
wait,
with a
this is good.
corporeal body.
No, this is good. So, if you can summon a actual or a corporeal dragon, and it can carry all of us.
I would think so. It's got a strength of 19 and it's large. So yeah.
Okay, good. So that could take us to the temple.
With,
Once again, we're not getting over those towers, those walls.
but even if you do,
I
and,
think
and
we
you,
are.
I mean, if you go high enough, I mean, you probably could. Odie says, but
Yeah.
you would also be making quite the entrance.
That's what I'm saying.
Jadek stands
Everybody's
up.
gonna
Jadek
see it.
stands up. Yes. Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
we're-
And he can envision it now. Yes. Wait, that would be an entrance.
where did you get all those first graders behind you, by the way?
They're all applauding behind you.
They've been there the whole time. Haven't you seen them?
They're all like little first
All
graders
right.
dressed like pirates.
I've got it. We can combine all these plans. If we try to go through the gates, and then at the same time, your magic dragon appears, distracts everybody, and we just sort of mosey through.
All right, I like that
Maybe.
idea.
And I will be riding the dragon.
All right, well,
That's a great
Jadek and Twaddle are on the dragon.
Wait, so I'm sorry. How are Captain Jadek's baby buccaneers getting in?
No, they're staying here.
They can't fit on the dragon, so.
They're staying here. No, they're
Captain Jadek and his
turns-
baby buccaneers.
He turns
It's like
to them and goes,
it's like
"You
a
guys are gonna watch
'60s
the
band.
Yeah.
Are those his biceps? Are you talking about?
Exactly. He's making sure the kids stay behind and cleans up the tavern. That's it.
Fair enough.
So how about yes, I like that. So if we get this actual corporeal dragon to at the very least
Sort
of.
run,
It
distract,
just shows up nearby while we try to pass through the gates.
as
think
we go
we-
through the gates.
Yeah.
I do think we should go through the white quarter. It's
Sure.
close. It's closer to the north entrance where they're all coming in.
Now keep in mind, just to remind everybody, this is day 3. Tomorrow, the white and green armies are going to arrive. The next day, the Black Army will arrive. The following day, the Red and Blue armies will arrive. And there will be that evening the first Council of High Lords. Then, day 7, there will be the call to arms. There'll be the big procession down that thoroughfare that I was talking about before, 34, 35, 36 on the map. And the second Council of High Lords, in which they will be trying to bring back the Queen of Darkness and allow her to enter into Krynn.
So,
and with that, we cut to, as you guys ponder this.
By the way, that dragon, I can make it a chromatic, so it could be a black dragon or.
Yeah, imagine if you could only make it into a metallic dragon. That would be hysterical.
I could make it a metallic or a gem, but making it a chromatic seems
what?
smart thing to do.
They'll just let
Disappointedly,
us
he
through
says.
if we've got a green dragon with us in the green quarter. They'll just let us through, surely.
I would
There
think
you go.
so, right? Because I
doubt it.
I can make it be a green dragon if we want.
Who's gonna stop
white?
him? What do you mean you don't?
Jadik
But
is
they
quietly
worship dragons.
pondering.
And we have a
Jadik is
minotaur
quietly-
riding a green dragon. I mean, come on.
Jadik is
Right.
quietly pondering the color scheme of dragon to his outfit. See, but if it was chromatic, yeah. That was...
With that, we cut back to the cabin that has Gorel, Kurlathlon, and Burke. There is a knock on the door.
I think one of you should answer it.
What about the
Yes.
dorm? We tied up the doorman, right?
Yeah, you tied up the
Yeah,
doorman.
or he's-
Yeah.
And he's
As far
dead.
as we
Okay,
know,
so-
except for Berg.
Yeah, well,
Right.
he's dead. But
Right,
Burke knows
yes.
he's dead. The rest of you think he's tied up in the room.
There we go.
Okay. So
And you hear Starfall open up. And you all immediately recognize the voice of Kitiara Uth Matar. And that is where we end tonight's session.
Just go to quietly close the door to Starfall's room.
Yeah, yeah. And Burke just, and you just hear click as Burke closes the door.
He had to step out for something. Something about
Yeah.
a donut sale, muffins or something.
something like that.
Yes, as that's where you've stored the dead bodies, a zombie, and, and who you think is a tied-up guard. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out with us on D&D Fridays for Atomic Peanut Butter Presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Truth, Part 5. We'll be back next time to see what goes on from here. What will Kurlathlon, Gorel, and Burke talk to Kitiara about?
I can't imagine that we have anything to talk about.
Will Calum become Raceland's / Zane / Fist and Dandalist's apprentice?
Odds are not a zero.
Will Sir Rick Cordwood be able to rescue the prisoners? And will anyone on the green team come up with a plan that will get them anywhere near the temple?
I think we can get two of us in now. Jadik can ride a
is definitely
dragon,
planning.
and
Jadik
you know
has definitely got
the
plans.
druid can be a mouse on his shoulder. So we got two.
And with that, for Gaz, Chuck, Mike, Sedge, and Kim Chan, I am Adam saying good night. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And we will see you next time on Dragonlance. Bye-bye.
Bye now.